know this in here anyway, but he was a very successful, is when you meet him, a very successful neurosurgeon, a man of a materialistic mind. He's very logic driven. He's a man of Western science, and he lives in New York, and he's done very well in his life. And then he has a cataclysmic car accident that ruins his hands, and in searching for healing, physical healing through Western medicine, a mixture of spiritualism and medicine. Western medicine, he hits loads of dead ends and starts to really lose all hope, as well as all his material worth in pursuing this cure, and ends up with just asking the one last desperate question, getting one last desperate lead, and following it. And that's when this word appears, Kamatage. That's when this place called Kathmandu in Nepal appears, and that's when he meets this extraordinary person called the Ancient One. And then he realizes what really needs healing and what his real ability is beyond being a doctor of the kind of causal reality that we know as our world. And that's when crazy shit starts to happen. If any of you have taken mushrooms, I really pity you, because you'll be using your popcorn for something else very shortly. But he goes on quite a ride, as hopefully the audience will with him. And it's, I don't know, it was a crazy pleasure to do. And like most Marvel worlds, as far as I know from friends who've been in those films, the amount of real world, the amount of live action that you get to do as an actor, and hopefully is incorporated into obviously the splendid and incredible and mind-blowing effects and extrapolations that they then layer in is extraordinary. And I was doing a hell of a lot of stunts, even when it is moments that seem utterly fantastical. You'll still see my body swinging around doing whatever it's doing, and that was me on the day. So that was very appealing. It was a lot of fun.
How do you do research into a character like this? You just can't call up other dimensions and explore those. Or can you? I don't know, maybe you did.
I certainly can't, no. But I really delved into the comics. I looked at a lot of the original artwork and storyboarding for this, the conceptual art for this film, this project, and just talked with Scott, really, and all the people in the know at Marvel, and they really are in the know, and, you know, just tried to sort of immerse myself in what that was about, and how those elements were going to affect the real elements of our world. And there's a crazy amount of prevising that they do for very complex scenes, which is obviously, again, sorry if I'm preaching to people who already know this, but it's just a very complex form of storyboarding, which is an animating feat in itself, and it's a requirement. It saves time, but it's also very clearly storyboarding where the hell this is going, because it can get very overcomplicated with the kind of elements of the supernatural, otherworldliness, other dimensionalness that this involves. So to keep a kind of straight head and know where you are in story terms, as well as literally what your body's doing in a bit of harness work or green screen work or any kind of stunt. So there was that kind of research, but mainly the material, the original comics. And yeah, no, it's not one you can go to kind of expert on. There is no, sadly, no Sorcerer Supreme. So, well, maybe there is, but
we don't know who he is.
We don't know who he is, yeah.
So talk us through this incredible costume, this incredible cloak that you're wearing.
Yes.
The first time you tried it on, what was that like?
Oh, it's one of those kind of, schoolboy moments where you kind of go, wow, yeah, I'm playing a superhero. It's just, it's conceptual. You talk about it, you look at the images, and then when you've actually got the thing on you, you go, yeah. I'm wearing a cape, and then someone says, no, you're not, you're wearing a cloak, and then you're right, it's the cloak of levitation, it's not a cape, but still it is that feeling of fancy dress and Halloween. It's funny and fun, and there was one moment in Manhattan running around in the rain which spawned a million memes and GIFs. It was a gift. And yet, even so, when I was doing it, when I was running around and just pretending to leap into the air, you're doing that on Fifth Avenue with the Empire State Building in your eyeline. It's just, it's surreal. It is. Yeah. It is like being a kid again. And at heart, I guess that's mainly what we do as actors, isn't it? We play however serious the games get. We're still trying to play and have fun. And there was a lot of fun to be had on this film.
Amazing. Well, we've got to let you run off, but do you have anything to say to the assembled crowd?
Just enjoy it. I really hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much for coming tonight, and I look forward to you seeing the full film in a couple of weeks' time. Lots of love. Take care.
Fantastic. Benedict